I believe that there's no such thing as like being a jack of all trades and a master of all.
Welcome to Just a Thought podcast, a podcast where we explore big ideas, small ideas, and everything in between. I'm your host, Mure, and I'm here to help you think a little deeper about the world around you. Each week, I'll bring you conversations with interesting people, thought provoking topics, and my own take on the latest news and trends. Whether you're looking for a new perspective on a familiar topic or a fresh way to think about something new, you'll find it here on Just a Thought. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Just a Thought podcast. How you guys doing? Hope you're great. Hope you're fine. Hope everything is good. I really appreciate the love I got from last episode. It was really overwhelming. I appreciate you guys for the shares, for the reviews, for everything. I really appreciate you guys. And if you're here to follow us on Instagram, you can just go to your Instagram app right now and search for Just a Thought _pod, and follow us on Instagram so that you don't miss out on anything, any information, any content at all. So today I'll be talking about I'm literally going through a series of like some sayings or adage that I think that should be abolished, or I think that should be reformed. There are some sayings that don't really make sense anymore in this time and age, which I feel like, okay, they should really need to work on it. There are a lot of things that should be changed, and all of that, right? So I really want to talk about some of it. And today I have, a guest with us. Yeah, I recently met her, and I think she will be able to talk about this. First of all, I'll be introducing the topic, which is, do you think, that's you personally listening to me right now, this adage of jack of all trades, master of none, should actually does it still make sense? Is it still relevant in this time and age? I just want to hear your thoughts. You can send it to us on Instagram then, but then again, I have a guest with me, which should be introducing herself shortly, and she'll be telling us what she thinks about it, right? If it actually makes sense or not. So over to her. She'll be introducing herself now.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm super excited to be on this podcast. I'm super excited. No shout out, no nothing, but no Allah. So I'm Sarah Philip. I am an entrepreneur. So like I said, this is actually like a very interesting topic. I've never actually been on something like this, so I have to share my views on this. But personally, I believe in specialization of things. So I believe that there's no such thing as like being a jack of all trades and a master of all. It's not possible. For me personally, I feel like we're all human beings. You end up wearing out yourself. I feel every human being has a strength, whether you've actually figured it out or not. And it is in finding that strength that you figure out, like, you be able to work on it to be a specialist, because nobody wants to pay or work with anybody that is mediocre or average in certain things. They want to work with people that are specialists, and it's by getting yourself to that point where you're a specialist in something. For example, why work? You know that you're not very good at, maybe you want to do fashion, you want to do hairdressing, you want to do real estate, or whatever the case may be. Why decide to be an average in all of them? Because the truth is, you can't be a 10-10. You work out yourself. You can only like work to. So why decide to be average on all of them and be mediocre and just be like a 5 out of 10, when you can focus your energy on one and be a 10-10 on it, instead of just being settling for being just a mediocre 5. And one thing is, when it's not your strength, you're going to put in more effort. You can be an 8 in something, and then you might not be very good at other things. So why not focus on what you're an 8 in and get yourself to a 10, instead of trying to get what you're a 3 in and just managing to build it up to a mediocre 5, which is still not going to get you so far. You understand? So personally, I just feel like someone should be, jack of all trades. Yes, now it's always good to, try different things to know like where your strengths are, or where, for example, somebody that is just trying to figure out life or just trying to know where it is. But and also it's good to know when to pivot or when to, explore other things. But I don't buy the idea of someone doing too many things or specializing in too many things, because I just feel personally you won't be able to give it your utmost best. So for somebody that is starting, you should be a master of one. Then along the way, maybe you can decide to add a thing or two. Like we see celebrities, we see other people, they might be fashion, they might have started acting or so. But along the way, who says you can't try other things? I mean, you see them pivoting, they open their own fashion industry, they do this, they do that, they do that. But first, the one thing that I feel will actually give you wealth is being a specialist in one area. People have to know you for one thing first as a brand before you now start to explore and other personal my own view. So
All right, thank you so much, Sarah. I really love the fact that you explained this, and actually, it just opened my mind to some certain things about being mediocre. A lot of people, want to be mediocre and still expect a kind of high percentage of support with their mediocrity. Do you get, like, that you are not good with this thing and you want people to still support you, and you know that you can still be the best in it. So I understand that part. So, but now, how do you stay relevant in this time and age where things evolve so fast? Things are evolving. The internet age, it just seems like every day there is new stuff coming in. And then in your industry, how do you stay relevant that after even 5 years in the industry, you're still at the top? So I just want us to, because some people might actually be asking the question that, okay, if I'm going to be specialized in this thing, right? How do I stay relevant for a very long time?
okay, that's actually a very interesting one. Okay, me personally, I'm going to come at it from a spiritual angle, because personally, I feel like every individual has gifts. Every individual, like whether you know it, whether you don't know it, but you have something that you're good at. And it is like in finding those things and building on it that you stay relevant, and in also constantly improving yourself in whatever area that it is. So I believe that if one side is your calling, like if you have a gift in something, you can always stay relevant if you're in like the right area of where you should be, and you're constantly growing and improving. Like we know the issue of AI is now that they're saying AI is taking people's job. Now you want to write essay, you just go now online now and you've already gotten your essay written and whatever. So it's just by constantly, I feel like constantly improving yourself. One thing is self growth, self improvement is very key. And in whatever area you decide to specialize in, just make sure that you're at the top of your game. You're improving, you're growing, because there's something they say: if you're not growing, you're dying. You can never just be stagnant. You're either growing or you're dying. You're diminishing or you're growing. You can't just say, okay, you're just there. It's either one or the other. So growth is what constantly keeps us stay relevant. You look around you, look at what is changing, what are the trends, what are the things you can input in your own skill to make yourself relevant in that area, like in what is needed, in whatever thing you're specializing in. Like what is relevant? What do you think you can contribute to like that particular situation or that particular age or whatever is relevant at that point from your own specialization, and then you work on improving it, or you work on growing like towards that area to make sure that your skill fits in to what is relevant in that particular time. Personally, for me, that's what like I would say. But I just believe that personally, spiritually, that if you're in your right giving gift and you've discovered, as long as you are improving in that area, you will just like you're open to ideas and growth, you will just continue remaining relevant. That's just why I said I come from like a spiritual angle. That's just like my belief. As long as you're constantly improving in an area and growing in that particular area that you're very gifted in, and open to ideas and changes, you definitely continue to remain relevant in that area because people will know you for that particular gift.
Thank you, Sarah. I also want to ask for those that there was always a point. Let me use myself as an example. Before I, specialized in the career path I am right now, I tried a lot of things. I had a lot of ideas. Do you understand? Like, someone wants to go into tech, but then again, you know how it can be overwhelming when you have to go through the learning process of all of it, right? And then one idea comes to you. What if you try tailoring? What if you try fashion catering? What if you try this? What if you try that? How do you streamline for someone that is trying to find their trade that they've not even gotten it right? How do I find my trade? How do I streamline myself and stay focused on one particular trade?
Okay, I feel like the easiest way to get that is based on your values and your vision. That's why it's very good to have a vision for yourself and goals. For example, if you have a vision, if you have a goal, you will know that this thing I'm not supposed to be doing it. This thing I'm not supposed to be doing it. If, for example, my goal is, to, let me say, be to add weight or to be physically fit or to travel around the world or whatever, I'll be able to streamline now that I know that my goal is, to be traveling around the world and be a public speaker and all of that, whatever the case may be. It means that for me to do that, I have to have a lot of energy to be able to be moving around, which means that now fitness has to be like my priority and all of that, which means that if people are offering me options that don't align with me being fit, I'm not going to accept it. Do you understand? So yeah, I'm going to tell them, okay, no, because I can see long term this does not add to what I want to do long term. But if they're offering me healthy options and they're saying, I don't know if this is the right example, but I hope like you're getting where I'm coming from, and they're saying, okay, have a healthy fruit, or they're saying this, and I know it's okay, it's going to give me more energy, it's going to help me be fit. I'm going to accept that because I know I need energy to be doing what I'm doing, to be speaking. Easy now. I have to have all of those boosts that I need to get there. So I believe that it's just defining your values of who you are as a person and like what you stand for and what you want. If you know what you want, then you know what you don't want and what you shouldn't like accept or accommodate. So you'll be able to tell, okay, I want, like, for example, you just know that you shouldn't be, maybe you want to speak in UN, you want to whatever, then you should be going for gigs that are going to take you to that direction. It's not to be saying, okay, how you be in a music video. I don't know if you are getting, there's nothing wrong, but if for someone who wants to go towards that direction, they know like what and what they should be doing. I don't know if you're getting. So it's not like they say it's easy to say like it's easy to say yes to everything, but you should know when to say no. Do you understand? It's not every opportunities, and that's one thing I had to learn. There's some opportunities you have to say no. And for people that know where they're going, they've learned to say no a lot because it's not every opportunity that you accept. You accept, okay, how is this going to bring me further to where I'm going to or where I want to go to? So I just feel like it's good to explore. I'm not saying people should be streamlined. It's good to try because that way sometimes you don't know what you're good at till you try. Do you understand? But once you've tried and you've tried and you've tried and you see that this is not working, or you figured out one thing that you feel like if you put in a double effort in this, you're going to do better than every other thing, then focus on that thing instead of still trying to build those other things that you can see that there's no much effort or you're not much good at. Focus on the one that you think that you're very good at, and go with it, just build it, I mean, and see where obviously it takes you, as long as it's aligned with your long short-term goals or whatever the case may be. So
Okay, I hope you guys are following. Like, I think I'm learning a lot. Like, it has really changed the way I actually thought about it, right? And it has actually, it's like I love everything you've said, and I've learned so like one or two things from it. So now to my next question, which probably will be the least, is what will you say to those people that are trying to find their food in one industry or the other, and they have their fear that will I ever get noticed? Do you get like someone that is a newbie? What is the word you tell to that person? What will you say to that person to encourage them to actually stay and actually work towards?
Okay, and if I'm not a motivational speaker, but I feel like it's consistency. It's consistency. If you're a go getter and you've seen something that you want, then you shouldn't let anything. I feel like consistency and action, if you continue to put that in, you will see it. Like they say, there's something like what we called a compound effect. You understand? Sometimes you might do certain things, like that's why they say sometimes you're trying to lose weight or something. You might, I don't know why I'm using weight all the time, but I feel like it's a common thing that everybody is trying to do, or you are trying to gain weight, or let me use that, or whatever the case may be. It might just start with you eating, increasing, having one more meal every day. It might look like nothing. You understand? You might just look like, I'm not seeing the result, or I'm not seeing, but I can bet you that's how people get fat. Maybe you see you're eating one bar of chocolate or one bar every day, every day. It's looking like nothing, or you're like, you're feeling normal. But continue like that over the years, and you will see it will start to show like on your body. You realize you're getting fat, you realize build up of fat. So it's just the same thing. Sometimes you see that you're putting in the work. You understand? As long as you're putting in the work and you're pushing, but you're not seeing the result. But consistency, that is one thing that I've learned like over time. Consistency is key. Just keep putting in the work in that field. Not that you do it mediocre, put in your best always. There's no day that you say, okay, these people will not notice or whatever. Just make sure that every single day you're showing up and you're putting in your best, putting in your best, putting in your best, putting in your best. Before you know it, it's building up over time. You might not notice it, but that work is building up over time. And there's a law. Definitely, you come to a time where the build up will now become very obvious. Do you understand? It's just like you saving $1 every day. Obviously, when you start, you're looking at it as $1. But if you leave it for years, obviously, it's going to build up into something. So I just, for those of you feeling discouraged, like I'll say, keep putting in the work. Just know that consistency is key, and over time, it's going to pay off if you just believe and if you're just consistent. As long as you don't give up, as long as you consistently put in that effort, and you have your mind or your prize on the goal, put in the right effort and giving your best at every single time of the journey, definitely there will be a time where it's going to compound to something big for you. So that's just me. Like I said, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not here to motivate anybody, but, and, enjoy life too. Try and I just put in the work, and have fun doing it. That's the only way I feel like sometimes some things get boring to you, but have fun doing it. Enjoy doing it. That's the only way you consistently want to show up every day and do it and do it. And, that's it.
So thank you so much, Sarah. Like, I know someone listening right now, you are very encouraged at everything that Sarah has said, and me too, I'm encouraged to put in the work and be consistent. So, Sarah, do you have any other thing to tell us? Do you have last words for us till we meet again?
I don't have last words. Do I have last words? My last words is, I don't have any last words. Just follow me on my social media pages for, just to be seeing my fine face. I don't really post much there, but, at Sarah underscore Adamu. The Sarah is spelled SEYRAH underscore ADAMU. All right.
I hope you have pictures there so they can even see your pretty face, because right now they only hear your voice and your voice is stunning. So imagine them now seeing your face. So I hope you have pictures.
You guys, I have one picture. I have one picture. Don't worry, one is enough.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. If you have more to say, don't forget to reach out to us on Just a Thought underscore pod on Instagram. I will always love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Bye. Till next time. Love you guys. Thanks for listening to Just a Thought. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. If you did, please subscribe and leave a review, and don't forget to share. And if you have any thoughts of your own, please share them with me on social media at Just a Thought Podcast on Instagram. I did love to hear from you. Until next time, keep thinking.